What are we cooking today? What are we cooking today? Welcome back to my kitchen. Welcome back to Chef Naz Life is Spice. Today we are doing something which I have stayed away from for a while. It's a traditional British Indian restaurant base gravy. Many of you have been asking me, can you do a gravy recipe? And I've stayed away from it because I've been focusing more on traditional methods. This is something I wanted to show you, which you can use to make an abundance of British restaurant style curries. So let's get started. Let's have a look at the ingredients. So here I'm making a quick small batch. So we're looking at 1.2 kilograms of onions. These are English onions I've just chopped. We're going to use some coriander stalks. We've got some garlic and ginger paste. I've got a small green pepper that I've chopped. There's a couple of small to medium-sized carrots. A tin of chopped tomatoes that I have in the cupboard. You can use plum tomatoes. There's going to be some fenugreek, some methi, usual spice blend. I'll show you that in a moment. We'll use a little bit of whole spices. There's some coconut cream in there, a bit of water. And this is a two-step process, so we're going to use a frying pan later. I'll show you what we're doing. And we're just going to use some vegetable oil. All the ingredients list are in the description box, and I'll add it on here as well at the beginning, and some salt. And today we're going to cook in a electric pressure cooker, only because it's just quick, quite simple, shouldn't take too long in a pressure cooker. So let's get started. So I've got my instant pot pressure cooker ready. I'm going to first throw in all the onions. That's about 1.2 kilos of onions, just chopped, just roughly chopped, because they're going to all dissolve. Hence I'm using the pressure cooker. And to that I'm going to use a nice handful of Kasuri Methi. So I've got a garlic paste here. So we're looking at about a tablespoon garlic, same ginger. There's the carrot. I'm going to blend this all through, so that's going to soften up. There's the pepper. I've got some coriander stalks. Chuck that in. I'm not going to add the coconut cream yet. That's going to be added later. But then you've got the tin tomato there. I've got the tin. I'm just going to rinse that out. Half of that is that's the water there. Not too much water to this. Now I'm going to add some spices. As you've noticed, I've not added any whole spices or anything. And I'm not adding too much spices to this either. So just a bit of turmeric, a teaspoon and a half. Because we're going to add the spices later. It's a bit different, this recipe. Give it a stir. I'm going to add a little tiny bit more water. So I've added about 100 mils already. So altogether there's about 300 milliliters of water in here. I'll add some water later once it's all blended down. You need a good blender. Add the cream coconut a bit later. And that's how simple it is. I'm not using any cabbage, potatoes or anything, because they thickens the gravy too much. And we're going to put the lid on. And I'm going to put on pressure cook. 15 minutes on high pressure. It's on high pressure, 15 minutes manual, 15 minutes. Put it in high pressure, let it cook. We'll be back and check on our gravy. Hopefully it's all nice and soft, and we'll blitz it down, and then I'll show you the next phase, which is the most important critical phase. Let's have a look now. It's come to pressure, it's cooked through. How it looks like. Wow, look at that. That's the very simple base gravy. A lot of water come out of it. And we're going to add a bit more spice to it now. So first I'm going to just blend it, and then I'll show you the next phase after I blend it. And we'll give it the tadka, we'll give it some spice. So let's have a look how smooth this is. I'm just going to add a bit of salt to this. About a couple of teaspoons salt. Add it now so I can test. There's no oil in this at the moment, so I'm going to add a bit more spice to this. We'll show you how to do that now. So I'm going to use tadka. We've added some coconut cream into this, add a bit of richness, and I've tested the seasoning. But you don't have to have it too seasoned because you're going to add salt to many of your dishes. But remember, there's no spice in this. It's a nice consistency. I've added a touch of water as well. So now we're going to make the tadka, do a spice blend for this using garlic ginger. So that's quite warm now. Just be careful here. So we've got a dessert spoon of ginger, a dessert spoon of flavor to this. Turmeric, so it's about a teaspoon of turmeric, a nice deep teaspoon of coriander, cumin, got whole spices there. You can take the whole spices out in a second. Cloves, cinnamon, cardamon, and the bayleaf. So give that a nice stir. Paprika. There, and just a little tiny touch of chili. You'll see how this is Remember to pick out the whole spices if you want. I actually like it there. Blend it away, so we'll bring that closer here. So that's the tarka done. So we've added the oil. The oil being added. There's not too much oil, so if you want a lot of seasoned oil, you can add that. But the consistency is nice on a medium heat. I'm just going to cook out a little bit. Taste. That is amazing. Remember, the base gravy is very simple. Just add a little touch more salt there. If you want to add cream to this, you can, but this is the simplest way. And I'm going to show you how to make a nice simple curry with this as well. There you go. Base gravy. Very simple base gravy. Less oil will give it a nice flavor. Less oil, base gravy. Voila.